महायज्ञ की जय। श्री गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम ज्ञान तिमिरा तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा तदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णमाधवं सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमाप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरक्षे नमः। नमो ब्रह्मण्यदेवाय गोब्राह्मण्यहिताय च जगद्हिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So on behalf of His Divine Grace, Abhayacharna Ravindu Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya for International Society for Krishna Consciousness, I welcome all you devotees. And really a big surprise, the climate, we were not expecting so many devotees would turn up. But thanks, you tolerated the weather and you came all the way. And as the topic today is, I kindly request all of you to tolerate me for say half an hour. Yeah, it's already 8:30, so by 9:15 we'll stop. So 45 minutes you can tolerate me. So everybody knows the most important shlokas given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? It's called as Shikshashtakam. So we'll all repeat the third verse of Shikshashtakam. Okay? Trinadapi sunichena. You can repeat because I think most everybody is biated. Okay. Trinadapi sunichena. Taroriva sahishnuna. Amanina manadena. Kirtaniya sadahari. Trinadapi sunichena. सुनीचेना तरोरिव सहिष्णुना अमानेन मानदेन कीर्तन्या सदा हरि. So we'll read the translation by Prabhupada. So, Trinadapi Sunichena. The trin is blade of grass. Trinad api Sunichena. One has to be more humbler than a blade of grass. Taro iva sahishnuna. More tolerant than a tree. Amanina manadena. So the third is give all respects without expecting anything in return. So when you are accomplished in these three activities, then only Kirtaniya Sada Hari. When you develop this mood, then only you can chant the holy names of the Lord 24/7. So what are the three qualities? You have to be humbler than the blade of grass, more tolerant than the tree, and giving all respect to everybody, not only Vaishnavas. We feel respect means this person is wearing tilak, he is wearing kantimala, I have to give respect. That person outside just roaming, I don't have to give him respect. No, a Vaishnava, for him he sees everybody in connection with Krishna, and that is the reality, right? Krishna doesn't say only Vaishnavas are my devotees. He says everybody. Bija Sarva Bija Pradapita. I am the seed father of every living entity. So for Krishna, everybody is dear, and somebody or the other will become Krishna consciousness in coming lifetimes. Maybe now people are not Krishna conscious, some people, but in coming lifetimes or coming years, they will become Krishna conscious, because Krishna will have plan for everybody. So it is our duty to give respect to everyone, but do not expect anything in return. So out of this third, the second line, which is Taro iva sahishnuna. Okay, sahishnu. So tolerance, very important quality. Okay, if you want to be tall in bhakti or even in a normal life, so if you want to stand tall, then you have to be tolerant. So it is very simple, because this is the most important activity or quality which is missing. So what happens when we become tolerant? It helps us not to get angry, furious, agitated in provoking situations. Actually, Prabhupada says Krishna is also tolerating us, right? The way we are living our life, especially in Kali Yuga, we are not actually following everything properly, right? So imagine Krishna is tolerating us, so then we also should, right? Once what happened, one disciple of Prabhupada, he was a temple president. He came to Prabhupada and he said, Prabhupada, this center which you have made me the president, there's so many problems. This person, he does this problem. So Prabhupada said, okay, you deal with him in this way. Then he said, some people do not come for Mangalarti. Then Prabhupada said, it's okay, they just join. Just have some, just encourage them. Then he said, this problem, that problem, he went on. And finally Prabhupada was giving him all solutions. Basically Prabhupada saying, be calm, things will work out. And finally he said, Prabhupada, how you expect me to tolerate all this? And Prabhupada said, the way I am tolerating you. So what he said, I am also tolerating you with all these problems you have come with. So you have to learn to tolerate in similar way. So this is the most important. So Prabhupada said, the way I am tolerating you, you also tolerate your, because once you get a higher position, there will be, otherwise why would you be given a higher position, right? With higher position comes higher responsibilities. You've been given a position that you can manage it and make everybody advance. So like Prabhupada's, there is a quote, greatness of a person is estimated by one's ability to tolerate provoking situation. So I'll again repeat. Greatness of a person is estimated by one's ability to tolerate provoking situation. Because in Kali Yuga, we are so much in a hurry. We want everything fast. So in such a situation, always there is some provocation, okay, which leads to arguments, debates, even enmity, right? Even among devotees, okay. It's not easy to coordinate. Very, very difficult. When 10 people are working together, 10 different heads are working, right? Everybody has his own idea and everybody thinks my idea is the best. And with that, coming together and doing some task is not so easy. Many a time, out of that, some people who are very, very short-tempered, and they will say, okay, let me just leave it. I'm going, you all only do whatever you want. ऐसे भी होता है, what time. So it is a greatness as a person, like Prabhupada says, if you can tolerate this provoking situation. Okay? And Prabhupada says, Vaishnava means who is most forbearing, tolerant and no revenge mentality. Right? Sometimes we keep it in our heart, right? And we say, let the time come, I'll show you. Many a times. We smile and say, no, Prabhu, I'm not hurt, nothing. But inside what is going on? Unnecessarily you try to hurt me, no? Let the time come, I'll show you. So, but a Vaishnava will never have a revenge mentality. He will never, he is always tolerant and forbearing. And this is the entire verse of Trinadapi Sunichena. Now, if you see in Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna starts to speak, first chapter, if you see, it's all Arjuna giving all the reason why he doesn't want to fight, right? And finally, he puts his Gandiva down and he tells, Lord, I have given you all my reasons and they are very valid reasons. Okay, you cannot ask me to fight now, so I will not fight. So, how does Krishna start? The second chapter is when Krishna starts speaking. And what is the first instruction he gives? What is the first instruction Krishna gives? Anybody knows? 2.14. Matra sparsha. Okay, you can repeat. Matra sparsha sukanteya. Sitoshna sukha dukkadha. Agamapaino nityaha. Tamsitikshasva bharata. So we'll just read the meaning. 2.14. So actually request everybody, all these important shlokas, make a habit of by-hearting. So Krishna, the first instruction, okay, there is two things what Krishna is doing in Bhagavad Gita. One is giving information and one is giving instruction. So it is basically information and instruction. So information we have to follow, instruction apply. Yeah, same. So matra sparshastu kanteya sitoshna sukha dukkadaha agumapa ino nitya tam stikshasva bharata. So what is Krishna saying? O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course of time are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O Scion of Bharat, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. So what is Krishna saying? One must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. So, Hare Krishna. So like I told Krishna, even if you see the entire Bhagavad Gita, Krishna was tolerating Arjuna, right? The entire war is about to happen, and imagine 8 o'clock is the lecture. Okay, and I come and say to Prabhuji or Prabhuji, I am not prepared, so I can't do the lecture. At 8 o'clock, and that lecture has to start. What will be the situation? So imagine everything, all the concepts are blown, right? Everybody is mentioned. And Arjuna is saying, I am not going to fight. And still, what did Krishna do? Krishna tolerated. He said, okay, let's see what is the problem. And he listened to Arjuna very patiently. did not say like फटाफट बोल क्या बोलना यार, टाइम नहीं है हमको लड़ाई करने नहीं. He said okay, tell me what is the problem. And every problem Arjuna was raising, every question he was giving him the answer. And see, even after giving the entire Bhagavad Gita, last what he said, I have explained to you Arjuna. Now you decide what you want to do. मतलब इतना tolerance है क्या किसी के पास? Even it is said when Pandavas were in Gurukul, so Dronacharya was teaching them that becoming angry is not a good quality. Okay, and he said you should not become angry. And next day the revision was going on. So he said, what did I teach all? He said, we should not get angry. So everybody understood. So the four brothers said yes. But Yudhishthira Maharaj said, no, I'm still trying to understand it. So he said, okay, no problem. So he gave some more days. Again after 1 week he asked Yudhishthira, have you understood? You should not become angry. It's not a good quality. And Yudhishthira said, no Maharaj, no Guru Maharaj, I'm still. And that time Drona got angry and he started beating. Itna chota, simple thing and you're not, I've given you so long time and started beating. And then Yudhishthira Maharaj said, yes, now I understood. Because you're beating me and I'm not getting angry. That means I've understood we should not get angry. But see the paradox. The person was telling him that we should not get angry, he got angry. Because Yudhishthira Maharaj was taking time to understand. So this is material life. We give lot of sermons, we give lot of instruction, but we do not follow it ourselves. So this is how it is. So then example is tolerant than a blade of tree. So Acharya gave a wonderful example. Whenever a woodcutter, when he even cuts a sandalwood tree, okay, there are all trees, right, different. So there is a tree called sandalwood tree. So when he cuts a sandalwood tree also, that tree first of all doesn't complain, right? It doesn't, what do you call, rebel. On top of that, the axe which is being cut, it is giving the fragrance of sandalwood even to that axe which is cutting it. Wonderful, right? What an example, right? It is tolerating, on top of that, it is giving its fragrance, the most beautiful fragrance of sandalwood that axe is also getting, which is actually cutting. And after cutting, he gets tired for some time. Again, he sits under that same tree, and he takes his lunch, prasadam. And that time, it is giving shade. It doesn't say, get out from here. You are trying to cut me and sitting under my shade. No, it gives him also shade. So, don't you think how many things we can learn from nature as human beings? It is giving him fragrance, it is giving him shade, it is giving him shelter. Okay, you can sit under me, and because after finishing the lunch, he will take a 1 hour nap, again get energized, and again what he will do? He will cut that same tree. See how much tolerant the tree is. Wonderful example. So we also should have that quality. So once there was all the rishis, all the sadhus, they came together. They wanted to know who is the supreme. Like there is a definition of supreme, right? Bhagwan. And one, they wanted to know who is the most tolerant person or who is the most compassionate person. So Bhrigu Muni said, okay, I'll take this challenge. I'll go and find out. Many people must be knowing this story. So what he did, he first went to Brahmaji. And when Brahmaji saw Bhrigu Muni, he went to embrace him. But Bhrigu Muni purposely just ignored him and went the other side. So when Bhrigu Muni saw this, I am such a big, Brahmaji, I am the creator. I created this universe. Lord gave me the information. I am the first to see the Lord. And this person is ignoring me. He started abusing Bhrigu Muni. He lost his cool. So Bhrigu Muni realized, okay, this person still is in the modes of nature. He still is not the supreme. Then he went to Shivji. Now here he ignored Brahma. But when he went to Shivji, he started talking in a very rude manner, like in an insulting manner. Always sitting with your wife, Parvati Maya. And when he started talking in that insulting manner, Shivji got very angry. and he was about to react. That time Parvati Mata said, don't react. He's Bhrigu Muni and he's actually testing you. But if Parvati Mata had not intervened, he would have reacted. So Bhrigu Muni said, okay, even Shivji still is not at the level of that. Is no doubt Vaishnavana Meta Shambhu. These are incidents to just show how the Supreme Lord, who is the Supreme. And finally he went to Mahavishnu. And where does Mahavishnu lie down? On the bed of serpent, Anantashesh. So he went, and first thing he did was he went one step higher. He went and kicked on the chest of Mahavishnu. सीधा यहाँ पे लात मारा. So the moment he kicked, Mahavishnu got up and he got hold of his leg and he said, my dear Bhrigu Muni, hope it did not hurt you, because my chest is like Vajra. It is not a simple thing. So hope you kicked so hard, I hope it did not hurt you. So Bhrigu Muni was surprised. First one he just ignored, second he insulted, but here he actually kicked, physically assault. And still Mahavishnu is saying what? He's catching hold of his leg and checking the backside. And he's saying the heel, right? And he's saying, hope it not hurt you, because my chest is like a Vajra, it is not an ordinary thing. And that time Bhrigu Muni realized that the Supreme Lord, he has got all these qualities. And we as children, even though we are here, who rebelled against him, who envied him, still the Lord is taking so much care of us. So imagine how tolerant Krishna is with each and every one of us. Okay? So we have to be tolerant. So like even blade of grass. Okay, blade of grass, when we step, we speed, we do so many things, right? It doesn't reward. So one day, there are some incidences of Srila Prabhupada also. How Prabhupada was so tolerant. So once Prabhupada's disciple wrote him a letter. He was married. And he said, my dear Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, he said, that this marriage is not working and we are not able to live together. So I want to marry again. So Prabhupada used to always say, in this material world, nothing works. It is just you have to adjust. So Prabhupada used to always favor, if you are married, just somehow adjust and carry on. But the letter was written in such a way, he was totally disturbed, that person who had written the letter. So Prabhupada understood that this person is totally disturbed. So he just wrote a few lines and said, he gave him the permission, okay, you can marry again. So Prabhupada's servant asked him, like Prabhupada used to always say, like one marriage itself is so difficult, and again you give him permission, he used to always be against it. So Prabhupada said that the way he has written the letter, even if I say don't marry, he will definitely get married again. So what will happen? He will again get the offense of Guru Avagya. Guru is saying don't get married, and still I am sure he is so disturbed. Even if I say no, don't get married, just continue with this, he will still get married and he will do Guru Avagya. I do not want him to again take birth and suffer miserably for that, because offense to a Guru is very, very serious. So see how compassionate and how tolerant Prabhupada was. So he said to save him from Guru Avagya, I gave him the permission. Because even if I say no, he will get married. This is just a formality, he is just informing me. He is not taking permission actually. He has just written, should I? But the actual thing is just informing me. So this is how Prabhupada is. Once it so happened, when ISKCON was initially new, everybody was coming. And we know, people, we cannot judge who is sincere, who is coming with what motives. So there was one person who saw that a lot of money is there in ISKCON initially that time. So he thought, let me also join them and see, let me see what is happening. And finally one day what he did, that like this hundi box, right? He just stole the entire money and he went. And the next day, everybody came to know that this devotee, he was actually, he had some other motive and he has stolen the money and what. You know what Prabhupada said? let us all pray to Krishna to forgive him, because he has stolen Krishna's money, and it is very, very big offense. So let us pray that somehow or other Krishna forgives him. Everybody was thinking how to catch him, whether we should give police complaint and everything. But Prabhupada was talking about, let us pray to Krishna to forgive him, because he stole Krishna's money, which he should not have done. So imagine, this was the level of compassion, tolerance Prabhupada had. Everybody was thinking on different platform. But Prabhupada was thinking, what will happen to him? What will be his next life? He is telling, he came as a devotee, pretended, stayed with us and ran with the money of Krishna. So let us pray to Krishna. So this is the kind of quality we all should. Vaishnava means it's not a simple thing. Becoming a Vaishnava is not a simple thing. It's even higher than a Brahmana. In what you call our Varnashram, we say no, Shudra, Vaishya, Kshatriya and Brahman. And everybody feels proud. But Vaishnava is somebody who is even higher than a Brahmana. So it's very, very important we have. So there are 4 kind of tolerance we should have as per Shastra. So what are those? And many people think that being tolerant means it's a negative quality. If you become very tolerant, anybody will come and exploit us. Right? Now, Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj gives a very nice example. In Vrindavan, all these demons used to come. Right? Who is the first one who came? Putna, Trinavata, lot of demons used to come. And Vrindavan Vasis, the moment Putna came and she tried to kill Krishna, they were intelligent enough to know that others who are now coming, they also can be demons. But still, they allowed them to come, right? Why? Because they had full faith in Krishna. They had full faith that no matter who comes with what intention, Krishna can never be killed. Okay? So many a times we feel if we become tolerant, people will come and exploit us. So Maharaj was saying, if you really are sincere devotee, if you are really sincere, doing all your chanting your rounds, following the regulative principles. By the way, what are the 4 regulative principles? One by one. Okay. No gambling. Okay. Second. No meat eating. Third.
No intoxication.
1. There, anybody in Prabhu? No intoxication. Okay. 4th. In Goa, no intoxication. 4th. Illusion. So these are the 4 regulative principles. How many are following? Yeah. We have to follow. That makes us human being, not Vaishnava. This actually brings us to the platform of human being. ये करने से many a time we feel, अरे हम लोग पता है ये नहीं करते वो नहीं करते, अरे ये because we are in Kaliuga we think this is great, but this is the normal basic things that a human being should do. Okay, so Maharaj is saying, so when you follow these regulative principles, when you chant your rounds, when you are living a life of dharma, Krishna will definitely protect you. Even if somebody comes with the intention of cheating you, and even if you get cheated, try to understand there is some karmic reactions which you had with that person. Right? Many a times you feel devotee means is soft, so anybody will take advantage. If even somebody tries to take advantage, who is there behind us? Krishna is. So when things are not working as per your plans, know that it is whose plan is working? Krishna's plan is working. This is only for devotees. It is like how, Maharaj gave a beautiful example. When a child makes some mistake or mischief, the mother or the father beats him, right? Okay? All parents agree, right? You must have sometimes scolded or some little beating you must have given, right? Now, can this be compared to a thief who is being beaten by a police? It's different, right? A parent beating a child and a police beating a thief. Does the police think, let me beat you nicely, right? He is just waiting, chalo mauka mila and marte, right? But does any father goes to home, let me get one opportunity today. Let mother give some complaint and I'll beat my child left, right, center. Anybody know? Because it's love, right? So similarly, when our karmas are handled by Krishna, it is like a parent handling a child. And when an ordinary person's karma, it is like Maya Devi. It is Maya Devi, when she handles the karma of an ordinary person, it is like a police handling a thief. Getting due, we get discounted, right? Then mother comes, grandmother comes, grandfather comes, the neighbors come. Don't beat, it's such a nice. So all the Vaishnavas come, don't beat. But when a thief, when he gets caught, everybody says, or maro isko, right? That is how it is. So when we do this, so do not think being tolerant means people will exploit you. For Vaishnava I am talking about. Krishna is always there to protect. And even out of the tolerance, if sometimes if you feel you've been exploited or somebody took advantage, try to understand there is some karmic reactions which Krishna has settled of yours. We are all in this rigid position, in some troublesome position only because of our karmic reactions. Krishna doesn't like putting anybody in trouble, whether he is a devotee or non-devotee, because everybody is a child of Krishna. But what happens? You have to handle all children differently, right? And somebody is doing more mischief, sometimes you have to take stronger action. So there are 4 kinds of tolerance. So it is called Vega Saishnuta. Vega Saishnuta means urges. Okay, there are 6 kinds of urges which is being told in Shastras. So again we will repeat this shloka. Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udarapasta Vegam, Etan Vegam, Yo Vishiheta Dhira, Prithvim Cha, Shishya. So there are 6 urges. It is called Vega Saishnuta, urges that has to be tolerated. So first is Vacho Vegam. So Matajis will be very, very familiar with this. Vacho Vegam means want to talk. We have a tongue, right? And we want to talk something or the other. Second is Vacho Vegam, Manasa and Krodha. The urges of the mind. So even many people sitting here, still there must be so many things, mind must be disturbing you. I hope I parked the vehicle properly. I hope I have removed the keys. I hope it doesn't rain. Okay, we have to go. I hope the person who comes to pick me up, he comes on time. So many things must be going in your mind, right? Even though we are sitting here, the mind is always creating some of the other urges. So it is Manasa. Second is Krodha Vegam. Anger. Urge. It is also an urge, anger. So Vacho Vegam, Manasa, Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam. Now, this tongue, it has 2 functions. What are the 2 functions? One is to talk and second is to taste. So, Jiva Vegam. So, the urge, after we come to Krishna consciousness, we give up a lot of unhealthy diet, right? Which is not good for our spiritual progress or even to be a proper human being. So there are urges, even though we give up many a times, many lifetimes we have eaten so many things. So sometimes we get that urge. Okay, Jiva Vegam and then Udara Pasta Vegam. Urges of the belly and genitals. So one who can control the 6 urges completely. Okay, it's not like 1 week I'll control, second I'll just live normal. No. A person who has totally controlled the 6 urges of the tongue to speak. So Prabhupada says, how can we control the urge to talk? By only talking about Krishna. Anything apart from Krishna consciousness which we talk, normal day to day in office and all that, okay. But apart from that, when you have leisure time, okay, when 2 neighbors come and talk, they talk about this person, that person, gossiping which we call. Okay, this is actually nonsense. So Prabhupada said when we only talk about Krishna consciousness, or about Krishna, Krishna's devotees, his pastimes, or you discuss about Bhagavad Gita, what you heard today in a lecture, or what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. So this is how you control the urge to speak. Only talking about Krishna. Pacho Vegam, Manasa, mind. So mind can be controlled. How? Mantrayate iti mantra. So which is the mantra we chant? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So even when we are chanting, lot of thoughts come to our mind. But what we do? Prabhupada says, just ignore the thoughts and just listen to the mantra. So doing this every day, it might take, I don't know how long, because even during Brahma Muhurt when we chant, it is the most mode of goodness. Brahma Muhurt, the time between 4:30 to 5-6, it is a mode of goodness. Everything is very silent, right? There is no traffic, nothing. Even at that time the mind is so disturbed, right? But this is the only remedy. There is no other remedy. You can go to any doctor, any yoga meditation, you can try everything. The only way you can control or give up the urges of the mind, when the mind gives you some ideas, let's do this, let's do that, which is not Krishna conscious. The only way you can give up the urges is by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra or reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavata Seya. Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. It will eradicate all that unwanted things. Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu, inauspiciousness from your life by Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. It's a proof. Naishtiki means guaranteed. You just do this Bhagavatam reading every day, do the service, chant your rounds. Slowly, all this inauspiciousness, all these unwanted thoughts will eradicate it from your mind. Vacho Vegam, Manasa, Krodha Vegam, anger. Right? Anger. Such a dangerous thing, in fit of anger, what all happens? Just those few seconds. इसने मुझे ऐसे कैसे बोला? How can you dare say this? Among devotees, even at home, so much. But how to overcome this anger? So it is basically understanding that by becoming angry, it is said that the entire body gets polluted. In his Shastra it said when you become angry, one should take a bath. When we get up early in the morning, we take bath, right? Because 8 hours. It is said anytime you sleep more than 1 hour, you should take bath because your body gets polluted. Similarly, when you get angry, your body gets polluted. You should take a bath. So imagine such a negative reaction. So we should control our anger, and that can again like chanting, reading Bhagavatam, association of devotees, Shastras. This will slowly make us understand I am just an insignificant person. Why I have to become angry, right? Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha, Jiva Vegam. So again, our taste bud can be controlled by always having Krishna Prasad. We should always have Krishna Prasad. Very simple, right? We have to just cook what Krishna likes. What he says? Patram, Pushpam, Palam, Toyam. So Krishna, he wants only this. So if he wanted something else, he would have openly told Arjuna. He did not say, I want pizza, burger. Because Krishna is in all space and time. So you can't say at that time there was no Domino's, and also Krishna did not say. Because this is a rotation, it keeps happening. Kali Yuga, Satyayug, Treta Yuga, Dwapar. So Krishna only wants this. So what we have to do? We have to cook with pure devotion while cooking. We should think about Krishna. We should think, okay, I'm cooking for Krishna. Offer it to him with love and devotion, and after that same bhoga becomes prasad. And when you eat that prasad, all your senses, your entire body comes under control. Very simple. You can try this. Most of the people who became devotees, they should just come up programs. Many people just having prasad, association, slowly all these unwanted things disappear. So prasadam is a very powerful tool. So just by having prasadam, you can control your taste buds. And udara pasta. And then finally, genitals and belly. So these are the 6 urges that are called Vega Sahishnata. Second is Dvanda. Dvanda Sahishnata is tolerating dualities of life. So that is a shloka which Krishna first starts with telling Arjuna, Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya Shitoshna Sukha Dukkadaha Agama Payanitya Tam Stikshasa Bharata. So this is the Dvanda Sahishnata. So basically in life, like now it's rainy season, right? After that it will be winter, and after that it will be again summer. So now we are happy that it is raining, because few days back we were all sweating, right? But now when it rains and you are about to go to the program and it is raining heavily, what do you feel? Shit, why this rain came just now? This is how our mind is. You are happy until we are inside the house and feeling cool. Now we have to go for a program. Now that same rain we are feeling like, why it is raining? And that time you feel during summer season tension, anytime you can go on. So this dvand will always be there, this dualities. So similarly, mana apamana. That's the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says you should always give respect without accepting any respect. So mana apamana, all this heat, cold, like there's a Prabhuji who says a wonderful saying. By the way, a man is a fool. He wants hot when it's cool. He wants cool when it's hot. He is always looking for what is not. So a man is always a fool. When it's hot, he wants cool. And when it's cool, he wants hot. Always looking. Happiness must be here. There. This is a wonderful incident. Once, the way we have festivals, there was a big festival in one of the temples in US. And one brahmachari had done a lot of seva. And finally, there was a big cake which was kept, and he said, okay, finally this cake will be cut and I will have a nice piece, enjoy it. So after the arti was done, dancing kirtan was done, everything was done, finally he took his plate and he was served that cake, and he said, please give me a big piece. And he was given a big piece, and he said, I will start with the cake only. And the moment he put the cake, he saw that there is no sugar. The person who had baked the cake had forgotten to put sugar. It happens. So he thought maybe there's some problem with my taste bud. How can such a big cake without sugar? So he said, let me finish all the other thing and then I'll have the cake. Then he finished all his other prasad and still he said, let me buy it from the other side. Again go to see, when there is no, what you call, sugar, whether you buy it from top or down, it will be tasteless, right? So this is how, and he was frustrated. So this is how life is. We are in this material world. Lord has said it is dukkhalayam. What it is? World of miseries and temporary. It is like a cake without sugar. Now this material world is temporary and miserable, and we are trying to find happiness. It is like a same brahmachari who is trying to, okay, let me bite it from the top down, but there is no sugar. How will it taste sweet? So similarly, this entire material world is a world of duality. यहाँ पे happiness नहीं है. There is no happiness. And what is happiness? What we call happiness is, it is absence of misery. Means today nothing bad happened. So that is a good day. मतलब आज कुछ बुरा नहीं हुआ. That means it's a good day. But we have to understand, we come from a word where it is Ananda Chinmaya. It is, we come from a word which is Ananda Chinmaya, 24/7. It is happiness, bliss. Okay? There is no GST, no income tax, no Sunday holidays, 6-day working, kuch nahi. It is throughout, and there is no time factor also. There is no time factor. It is just bliss, bliss, bliss. Sat Chit Anand. We come from that word. And here, in this miserable world, we are trying to find happiness. A cake without sugar. No matter from where you buy it. No matter which car you buy, which job you get. Come first in the entire India or world. In the end, you will be miserable. Okay? So second is Dvanda Sahishnata. We have to overcome, we have to tolerate these dualities of life. This material world is created where somebody will praise you, somebody will criticize you. You should not get bothered about it. Like there's a nice example. There was a beggar who went to a rich person's house, and that person was very, very rich. So he went and he started, that beggar was sitting in his veranda reading the paper, and he started praising, "My dear sir, you are the most wealthiest person, the most generous person. You are like a king of this village." So that person called his wife, "Please get that gold chain." So this beggar said, "Oh, it's working. You got the most luxurious house I've ever seen." He said, "Okay, get the bracelet, golden bracelet." Oh, means this person can be. Then he said, I've heard that your children are the best, and the entire village is praising you. And also get the bundle of note which is there in the tijori. So the beggar was, "My goodness, I never knew I can like flatter and get my job done." And then he said, "Okay, let me stop here. If I do too much, that person might come to know." And he waited for 15 minutes. And he asked, "Sir, you ordered your wife to get the gold chain, bracelet, bundle of note. Nothing is coming. It's 15 minutes. He said, "How did you praise me?" "With words." "So I also praised you with words." Simple. So this is material world. Never get affected by anything. Somebody is praising you or somebody is criticizing you. You should know your worth. ऐसे sometimes अरे उसने मुझे ऐसा बोला, मैं ऐसा हूँ क्या? अरे that's the reason it is very important you become a devotee. You read Srila Prabhupada books. Then only you will come to know what your worth is, what your purpose of life is. Otherwise, somebody praises you beyond, what do you call? Cloud nine, yes. And then suddenly somebody go below Patal Lok. So do not get affected. So Dvandva Sahishnata. Then third one is Paramatta Sahishnata, opinions of others. Like we said, when 10 people come to work together, like now we have Jagannath Rath Yatra. One person can do it? No. There are so many devotees are required. And when all devotees come together, somebody is expert in some fields, others. So everybody will give their opinion. Let us do this way, let us do that way. What is the most important thing? That all of them who come together take those ideas and see which is the best. Instead of saying, no, I gave the idea and he is not listening to me. It is possible that the idea which you gave, you may be feeling is good, but in the larger picture it might not work. Right? So we get angry, no, my opinion is not being respected. But maybe you may be an expert in some other field where that idea can be applied. So we have to tolerate even this. Maybe your opinion, you may be feeling it is good, but to build that Rath Yatra card of celebrating the Jagannath Rath Yatra, maybe that opinion is not valid. So we have to tolerate even that. Otherwise, what will happen? You will feel, okay, let me not go there. They are purposely trying to ignore me or show me down. ऐसा होता है. So you have to tolerate even if your opinion is not taken, no problem. You did your seva, you gave what you felt. So it is very, very important when we all come together. No, it's not that whatever you say will be accepted. Okay? Many a times, many people feel offended. मेरा बात ही नहीं सुनते. If your opinion is not implemented, no problem. Be part of that success story. Just be there, right? And fourth is Param Utkarsha Sahishnata. This means tolerating the success of others. This is very, very difficult, right? Tolerating the success of others, right? If your friend fails, you will say, "Oh, I really feel bad that he failed." But if he becomes a topper, you might say congratulations, but under say, when this person used to study, always I used to see him roaming here and there, and suddenly he got so much good marks, right? Forget even student, तो होता ही है. Even in normal life, right? If somebody becomes rich or somebody becomes successful, instead of trying to see what has he done different or what is the success story, he has connection with politicians. He is all these stories we create, right? Because we are not able to tolerate the success of other person. Even in devotion, right? It happens, right? Two people come together, and one person is just advancing, and other person is even struggling to chant his 16 rounds. The person struggling, what should be his attitude? How to learn? Okay, let me learn from this. What is he doing? How is he being serious? Instead of that, he says, no, he is just showing off. If he says all these things, will he advance? No, right? So it is very, very important. We have to tolerate, learn to tolerate. In fact, here, instead of tolerating, we should learn to appreciate and learn. What is he doing different? Let me ask him. And if it's a Vaishnava, he will definitely tell. In material world, definitely nobody wants to share their secrets, success stories, because they don't want to see anybody overtaking them. But in our spiritual life, if somebody is advancing, if somebody is getting early morning every single day, and how do you manage to do it? People will tell, I do this, I sleep early, I don't eat in the night, that's the reason I'm able to. Nobody will say, no, I won't tell you. Even if you get up early morning, 10, 16 rounds, it will happen like that? No. The devotee will be happy and he wants to advance. So we have to always this four. Then there are at three levels we get affected. Physical level, like this heat, cold, all this is at physical level. Second, mental level, happiness, distress. This is all at mental level which we get affected. And the third is honor, dishonor at the level of ego. Understood? How we get affected by all these dualities. So physical level is heat, cold, the change of seasons, everything at physical level, mental level and level of ego. Yeah. So this is how it is. So I'll just tell one small incident. It's a very wonderful incident because it practically happened. His Grace Radhesham Prabhu was saying, because it affects us, because it's so much for us to learn. So once Radhesham Prabhu in Pune, they used to do a house program in a colony, and it was a house program on a weekday, and it was normally half the size of this hall was the area. So one day what happened, the host in whose this program used to happen, he requested that in coming days it's Govardhan Puja. So let us have this Govardhan Puja at my place, like here we do it. So the Brahmachari was preaching from that Pune temple. He said, yeah, it's a very nice idea. We'll do it. We'll have a grand Govardhan Puja here. The host, means whose house it was, he was also happy. And this discussion happened before the lecture. And then the lecture started and the Brahmachari started speaking. And while speaking, in excitement, he announced it in the lecture itself. So now Govardhan Puja is coming and we'll have celebration here also on so and so date. Next program. Now what happened, this host, actually he had a desire, I announce. मैं बताऊंगा सबको कि होता है ना after lecture there is announcement. So it's my house. I have been conducting this program for so long here. So I announce that we'll have a Govardhan Puja, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do. And the moment it was announced by the Brahmachari, his ego got hurt. So immediately when the lecture was over, he called the Brahmachari and said, he just put up a story and said, Prabhuji, actually sorry, I just spoke to my wife, we are not there on that day. Actually I forgot, we have to go somewhere. Nothing also is happening, but he was so hurt now, he did not want it to happen. So Brahmachari felt very bad. So he immediately announced that sorry, that during the lecture which I had told you about the Govardhan Puja, it is not happening. Immediately the devotees used to come for that class. He said, Prabhuji, no, don't worry. I have a similar space in my house. So we'll have the Govardhan Puja there. Now this devotee, imagine his frustration. He got even more frustrated. Means मेरा आइडिया है, मेरे को अनाउंस करने का था, वो मौका नहीं मिला. I tried to spoil that. Now this person is trying to have it. Now what he can do? He can't do anything. He has to act like a Vaishnava, right? So अंदर से सब is boiling, but he is just pretending. Okay. So it was settled that the program will happen in that person who said, I have a similar space and we can have. And the immediate when it was supposed to be the Govardhan Puja, everything was happening there. And these people have not gone anywhere. And they, out of frustration, they didn't want to even attend that. After the Govardhan Puja, all the celebration was grand. They put another proposal. Prabhuji, why not have our weekly program here only? So he said, no, that Prabhuji will feel bad. He started in his house. They said, do one thing. We'll have one program, 1 week there, and 1 week we'll have it here. Or he said, we'll have 2. So Prabhuji said, no, I don't have so much time to have two programs in the week. So second proposal is, okay, once here, once there. Once in Maruti Mandir, once in Lingayat. So finally the outcome is, all this ego clash, because of they couldn't tolerate that entire program. Prabhuji was saying it's stopped now. Complete, बंद हो गया. अभी नुकसान किसका है? Tell me, who lost? The devotees, right? They were getting such an opportunity to become Krishna conscious. But that person, that host who had wanted to announce, he couldn't tolerate that one. क्या था? अरे ब्रह्मचारी ने announce किया, खत्म ना. But he couldn't tolerate that. अरे मेरे को announce करना था. My house, I am being here. So he created that problem. Then the program shifted elsewhere. With that proposal, once here, once there. इस सब चक्कर में now that program is completely stopped. So see, such small things we do not understand. हम अपने ego को satisfy करने के लिए अपना, because we are not able to tolerate such trivial things. वो बोलते हैं ना, making a hill out of a mole. Not so. किसी को पता है क्या है कहावत? So मतलब रेत का पहाड़ बनाना बोलते हैं ना ऐसा. So it was totally an insignificant thing, but because of non-tolerance of an ego problem, the entire thing went for a toss. So we have to be very, very careful. We are coming here for a higher purpose. ये छोटे मोटे अरे उसने मुझे देख के he did not smile. We do not know. He must have not seen you. अरे वो मेरे को पहले हमेशा आगे गले मिलता था, आज दूर से हरे कृष्णा बोल के चला गया. We never know what is. We have to understand. I am getting this opportunity to become Krishna consciousness. Let my mind not cheat me. This is all mind, because our mind is still so contaminated. It is giving us so many unwanted ideas. ये ऐसा है, वो ऐसा है. तुमको क्या करने का है? Krishna is there. You have good relationship with everybody. Even if you feel somebody is not giving you, what is Mahaprabhu saying? Give all respect without accepting. अमानिना मान देना. लेकिन अपना उल्टा है, हमको respect चाहिए, right? And because of this, all this mind creates unwanted doubts, confusion. Then we criticize, we gossip about devotees, and then everything goes for a toss. Sometimes, and then we stop coming for program also. हम लोग बंद कर दें, अरे वहाँ पे भी वैसे होता है, वहाँ पे, यहाँ पे, this is a hospital. Try to understand. This Krishna consciousness, this Prabhupada centers, temples, they are hospitals. Hospital में कौन जाते हैं? Patient जाते हैं. It means we are coming here to do our treatment. तो ट्रीटमेंट जब कर रहे हैं means everybody still not at the level of purity, right? तो गलतियां होंगी, but we have to understand what am I coming here for? Am I coming here for वही जो बाहर हम लोग करते हैं किटी पार्टी? नहीं, यहाँ पे आके we want to actually elevate ourselves, our consciousness, okay? Because when you are at the ground level, you can see one building is top, one building is 2-story, 3-story, but that same person when he flies on an aeroplane, everything looks similar. So अपना consciousness you have to take to such a level where we do not fall in traps of such all unwanted. We have to tolerate all these unwanted dualities, all these urges, right? And then only we can amanina manadena kirtaniya sadari. Then only we will be able to chant Krishna's name 24/7 in pure consciousness. Otherwise we will make a mess of our lives and other devotees' life also. जैसे वो program बंद हो गया. Just मतलब imagine it is like childish, right? I did not get to announce. From there it started. Radhe Shyam Prabhu was sharing, it is just like which happened. It's practical. It is not some kind of story which actually happened. So sometimes we come here and we get into unwanted things. Prabhupada has given us such a wonderful process. Let us help each other. We have to help each other. Instead of trying to find faults, blame, criticize, we have to help each other. And then Krishna will help us also. And that should be our attitude. That is the humility, tolerance, all this. These are the qualities which we should try to imbibe. These are the actual, what you call abhushan, like Mataji's. You all know what is abhushan. For Prabhuji as well, Mataji, these are the actual abhushan of Vaishnava. These qualities. So thank you so much. Thank you for tolerating. Yeah, thank you. There are so many such stories. So Prabhupada, Krishna, they are all tolerating us. Krishna is tolerating us. He's given us such an open, chance to become Krishna conscious, to make our lives blissful. Still, we are not serious. So Krishna could get angry, right, and just throw us out. But still, he's tolerating us. He's giving us chance again and again every Friday. As a Paramatma is encouraging, okay, go, right? So we should be grateful and learn the art of tolerance and make our life successful and make the best use of this opportunity which we have got by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada and all his disciples. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.